Another Cuban missile crisis. Good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. My name is Sam Shalhoub, and it's time for your daily dispatch. So first up, Bitcoin ETFs took up 2 months of Bitcoin mining, the supply of the first week in June. Now, this was more than the entire month of May. So are we going to start seeing a shortage of supply and price going up? Sure looks that way to me. Oh, go to samshalhoub.com if you'd like to learn how to buy Bitcoin or hold it. CNN did a poll and they talked about the Hispanic vote in terms of the presidency. Well, apparently Biden supposedly had a 27-point lead in the Hispanic community in 2020, and that lead is now down to 7%, which tells me that it's probably a lot less than that. Kamala Harris came out yesterday and started talking about getting the housing prices under control and the rent prices, and that they'll need a second term to do that. Meanwhile, the median monthly housing payment is up 23% from 2 years ago, and rent is up 20% since Biden took office. Proof is in the pudding as far as I can tell. According to the Select Committee, China and Russia now dominate the global nuclear trade. Russia is not alone in surpassing the US. China is also far ahead of the US in the nuclear energy industry. Something to certainly keep an eye on. Yesterday, Hunter Biden's jury deliberations began. And if anything significant happens today, I'll jump on and do a quick video to let you know what's going on. Here's some more information about the mainstream media. Media Matters just laid off a whole bunch of people. Washington Post is laying off people, and now CNN has put a deal together with AP, the Associated Press, all but guaranteeing layoffs and having their lowest rating since 1991. Meanwhile, conservative media like Dan Bongino, Charlie Kirk, myself, we're all growing in leaps and bounds. What does that tell you? Well, it tells you people are tired of all the BS from mainstream media. Now, this next one is what I led off with on this show. The U.S. Civil Defense News. U.S. Navy P-8 Poseidon, which is a sub-hunter, is flying over the coast of Florida in search of rogue Russian submarines. The Russian Navy nuclear submarine Kazan is 66 miles away from the Florida coast, and it's equipped with Caliber M missiles. This is right off of the Florida coast. This is very similar, from what I remember, to the altercation we had with Russia back at the Cuban Missile Crisis. Something to certainly keep an eye on, and I will. Yesterday, an interesting video came to light, and it was Nancy Pelosi, and she was caught on footage blaming herself for not deploying the National Guard on January 6th. Now, we all know she's been blaming President Trump for who knows how long, but now it shows her taking responsibility she was in a vehicle with several people, and this is going out to a large number of people in terms of this video. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly that works in the long term here. Another high-level military person stepping down. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's chief of staff, Kelly Magsman, is stepping down at the end of the month. We've seen admirals, we've seen colonels, we've seen generals step down, and now here we have another one. California's Governor Gavin Newsom was caught charging U.S. taxpayers for illegal alien health care to the tune of around $53 million. It's just, you can't think it get any worse here in California, and then something like this happens. Well, if nothing else, at least exposure is taking place. There was Sidney Powell, who was one of President Trump's attorneys, has been in court over the 2020 election filings that she's made. Well, a second Texas court ruled that the Texas bar has no evidence that Sidney Powell violated ethics rules with the 2020 election lawsuits. Now, could this be the first domino of what's going to come in terms of what took place in 2020? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but it's good to see that's exactly what's happening with Sidney at this point. So, that's all we have for today. If you'd like to support this channel, go to samshalhoub.com. There's many ways to do it. And in the meantime, I hope that you have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.